Hello. Welcome to IMI Radio, and you're listening to my Polska with Pascalia and
Davine.
Woo!
Karibu. How is your Tuesday evening? I hope mko sawa. You're keeping warm wherever you are. At least here in Warsaw, we are now experiencing warm temperatures, so we can't complain. We can't really complain now.
Kajoto nayo. Like we're really having a good time now. The weather is very much okay. I can say it's not hot, but it's warmer than it was. So tunasikia fiti.
Si kama ile yenye hizo wakati tulikuwa tunacheza negatives bwana.
Negatives tunasikia baridi. So anyway, tumewatease hapo na some good music. I hope you enjoy.
From Madam Boss herself.
Madam Boss wenyewe. Like that was just a precursor. A teaser to our conversation ya leo. Madam Boss anasema, have you seen my new man?
My new man. I'm a win jackpot.
But
me, I want Madam Boss to show me her ways. How does she get this new man? Huyu hata anapata time ya kuheal kweli?
Kwani healing, kwani we ni mgonjwa, healing utahilia mbinguni.
Healing ni ya daktari?
Healing ni ya daktari.
Oh. Anyway, Madam Boss anatuambia there was something she was saying about society to sisi nini sisi amesema yeye si inaitwaje?
She's not a role model.
Yes, role model wenu. She cannot be doing parenting to your own children.
Exactly. Like you as parents, you're the ones who should be role models for your own children. Mbona mnataka kumpatia kazi ya role model na yeye si role model?
Alisema yeye ni public figure, not a public parent.
Exactly.
If your kids are looking up to her, let them look for something else. Like it is eti mnamwambia eti your morals are bad, sijui nini, and our children are emulating you. Alisema that's none of her business.
But there, I really love her guts, though. I want to demystify this thing of like being a bad girl. Like, Millie Odhiambo says it, be a bad girl. But seriously, it's like women are just taught to conform to certain structures, certain roles, certain where good girl will get you far. But damn, look at Madam Boss though. She's really like, she's winning in life with a business, mansions, mbili.
But can you blame us though? You know, some of us were brought up in that kind of situation where you're told ABCD, they are the good morals, huku kwingine usikanyage. So you can't blame the upbringing, like it's the society ya kitambo, but nowadays people are bold, people are coming out and living unapologetically, living mimi ni maisha yangu utadu.
And some people think that if you say live unapologetically or live, a carefree life and don't be constricted by societal norms. They think we are encouraging promiscuity, but that's not the case, man. It's just that when you are bold and you're living unapologetically, it just means you just don't take any quote unquote, just
bullshit,
any kind of
nonsense.
For lack of a better term, like you cannot be told, and you will not stick to a terrible relationship just because, I have to be the good wife, the prayerful one, the one who kneels down and prays for the husband or whatever. Even for you to get to that, before even you get to that husband and wife level, like even in dating, you just don't accept mediocrity and all that,
Speaking of which, I've remembered of a story. I've remembered of an experience that I went through. I won't mention names, but yes, I went through that experience. So I was interacting with some guy and he categorically told me he can never date Kenyan girls.
So why the hell why the hell were you dating in the first place? Like, why are we even having that conversation? Kanyaga kubwa kubwa, I say.
Eti wasichana wa Kenya ni vichwa ngumu.
But then I actually look at it and I say that's a really good reputation to have. That wasichana wa Kenya ni vichwa ngumu. Just to translate this, it's like Kenyan women are tough-headed. Yeah. But, we are tough-headed. It just means that we don't take mediocrity. We don't take nonsense. You come and you don't, we don't
align.
Fulfill. We don't align. It's like, brother, just go your way.
But you see, I think also the point of departure inatokea where the guy wants you to compromise, but when it comes, when the time for him comes to compromise, hataki. So anataka zile za you're always on his mercy, like do according to what he wants. But when you want, your opinions don't matter. Something like that. I don't know if I'm making sense.
People would assume this conversation is also just one-sided because we are both female, yeah? So, you can tweet. Funny thing is, our viewers or our listeners have been saying, sasa sisi tuta tune in to wasikie aje.
Na tutachangia
wapi. So you're free to contribute to the ongoing conversation on hashtag IMI Radio, and we'll be checking to follow to hear what you have to say. So if you tweet hapo kwa Twitter na tuweke to hashtag, tutakwambia, we will tell you and we will let you know what's up.
Yeah, so going back to our conversation, probably the way you said it's because we are both female and we'll be having, opinionated opinions that are just reflecting on us. But at the same time, what do you think? Like, is it a good quality to have, or you as a lady who has gone through the dating scene, the dating life, how do you feel a lady is supposed to carry herself? Like, is tough-headed the way? Or, okay, not necessarily being tough-headed, but munaelewana na your partner. Like, you're in a position where both of you are able to, bring something meaningful to the table. And it doesn't look like I'm compromising myself because of this, or he's doing this because of this. Like, all of you are in the same space. All of you align. What do you think?
I would say there's no one-size-fits-all kind of answer. So to each their own, for sure. But at the same time, it's like, don't compromise who you are for another human being, right? That you two should find a middle ground, some sort of understanding that if this doesn't work for me, then it doesn't work for you too, or it's something that you will compromise so that we sync, right? But there has to be a middle ground. There has to be a point of understanding. You cannot be night and day and then expect it to work out. And that I am speaking from experience, that when you two are polar opposites, you are Antarctica, uko juu, and I am here down south. Yeah, we really cannot get along in this way.
And speaking of which, by the way, I think relationship ikisha kubali mekubali, and depending on how both of you agree, ikikubali mekubali, because somewhere what is trending, I saw somewhere, is some lady from Thailand married 2 men on the same day and they're best friends and they're okay with that.
Man, more power to this woman. And forget about more power to this woman. More power to these men for being in a polyandry. Yeah?
Polyandry ile hamuja defined, like
apana. Polyandry is the polar opposite of polygamy. Yeah? So now when the woman has more men, like more than one man,
the
polyandry. So your polyandry, like, do you know how many? It's very, you really have to be a mwanaume anayejielewa kukua in a polyandrous relationship. Juu men hawapendangi competition, hawatakagi kushindwa,
eti wanashare.
Wanaogopa hiyo maneno.
Inashanga kuna mtu alikuwa anasema, sijui if this is sensitive for the radio, but alikuwa anasema mkulima unaweza lima shamba mingi, lakini jembe, kuna kitu, lakini jembe moja inaweza lima shamba mingi, lakini shamba haiwezi limwa. Okay, yani
nakupata lakini hiyo nitafakari ya babu. Hiyo nitafakari ya babu kama vile Saleh Mdoe usema tafakari ya babu. That is inaweza pita vichwa za watu wengi. But further away from this conversation and speaking of Madam Boss Akodhe mwenyewe. Like this lady has been having two dramas up online of late.
She's been making headlines.
Bana. From Vesha kwenda Mayolo. Oxford. Ulikuwa unajua kuna Oxford mbili?
Ningejulia wapi? Mimi najua Oxford ni Oxford. Lakini wanaitwaje keyboard warriors wanachambua kuchambua.
Keyboard warriors wanajua ati kuna two Oxfords. Like I literally just found out on TikTok and Instagram and all those other social media platforms ati kuna Oxford, the University of Oxford na Oxford Brookes. Ebu ulisikia hiyo maneno wapi? Ulisikia wapi?
Mimi nimeisikia na wewe by the way. Hata hiyo TikTok sijasikia, ni wewe ndio nilisikia ukisema.
No, by the way, you know, I was flabbergasted very much when I heard that ati watu na, but surely Kenyans pia tuko idol, we are very idol.
Like nini itakufanya uende kwa maisha ya mtu utake kuchambua hadi ndani utake kujua ni nini alienda kufanya Oxford, mbona yuko Oxford? Umesema gani na si hiyo Oxford yenye tunajua?
Ati ni Oxford Brookes. We are very petty.
As long as she's in Oxford, are you in Oxford yourself?
Right. Alifika United Kingdom. Ni milioni ngapi? Kwanza unajua vile shule za UK ziko expensive.
Wenye tuwesomea Europe wacha tunyamaze. Manake hiyo pesa si shilingi moja ama mbili.
Si shilingi mbili. And then someone says ati akwe specific. Na kama ulifika hata Ruiru, kuna Ruiru ndani, Ruiru Kimbo, Ruiru na Ruiru gani kwa Cairo, lakini uko Ruiru.
Na hata ukitaka kujua alienda Oxford Brookes ama Oxford, wewe ndo unalipa hiyo school fees. Wewe ndo unamsponsor hapo penye yako, inakuhusu nini?
Alafu ulisikia mambo ya Primark. I'm telling you, we actually just have a field day with all these. But they were Kenya mnatupia content. Because, guy, kwani kushop Primark
ni idol.
Kwani kushop Primark ni mbaya?
No, as in, I think Kenyans have a lot of expectations for celebrities. Ama people, they don't even know.
But Primark si shilingi mbili hivyo venye mna imagine yawa.
Usisa wenye tuko ground watuulize. Hiyo ndio brand yangu.
Ameva Primark kutoka.
No, ukijua venye sasa niko proud. Kabla nionekane nifike kwa goshi na nini. Primark ndio.
Unamkisia. Unaona ameanza tu na gusi ndio ameanza na
Gucci,
Really? No, for real. It's like Primark ndio Gucci yetu huku.
Na alafu mtu anasema eti, can you imagine she's even shopping at Primark? Do you know how much things cost in Primark?
By the way, guys, I know that Primark is not the most expensive shopping mall store. Shopping store. Clothing store. So, yawa. I am a Luo, but I am following us.
You're sharing the clan.
I am following us, Bwana. I'm bringing headswell even on international radio. No, but for real, guys, like, hey, Kenyans, you know, we're a funny lot, but anyway, we are proud to be Kenyans. We are not castigating us, but ebu mpunguze expectations bana.
Lakini unajua hiyo ndo inatupatia content tunacheka hapo online, so wacha waendelee.
By the way, let me tell you, living in Europe and being here abroad, we get off. We just enjoy seeing what's happening back home, and we follow those conversations. Akina Nairobi gossip.
Edgar mwenyewe akitufida hapo tea. Exclusive.
Watu wengi majuu by the way wako hapo wanangojanga tu anko kohoe. Nairobi gossip waseme kitu. We are here for it all by the way.
Lakini wanaitwa Kenyans. Idol people. Okay, on a light note though. On a light note.
Msitukujie.
Msiturushie mawe.
We're just having a good time, and we
But I think I
really
like the social nini of Kenyans. Like they know how to get together for humor, when to be serious, when to,
absolutely.
Yeah.
We do have a field day, and we just when it's time to enjoy, you need to have a proper sense of humor for you to understand Kenyan humor. Otherwise, utatuma Subaru ya Mambaru ishike watu. Na sijataja mtu.
Lakini hapo kwa Akodhe waachane na president of single mothers. Musiguse huko.
Akodhe she's the self-proclaimed president of single mothers.
Mtetezi wa wanyonge.
Kuna single mama hapa kuna single mama hapa anasema yeye ni fan wa Akodhe kabisa.
President of single mothers. Mutuachie huyo. Msituguzie.
Huyo msiguze.
Nataka jackpot kama ya Akodhe bwana.
By the way,
she should teach us her ways, by the way. She should.
She definitely should teach us her ways. Bana Akodhe, ebu ambia watu siri ni gani? Huh?
Kabla hata uhil, umeenda kwingine. Kabla uhil, hiyo yake inafaa kwa case study, by the way.
No, but this issue of healing, can we just demystify? Nini watu, I don't understand people saying at healing. Kwani ulikuwa mgonjwa? Were you sick?
Jamani, you've shared a bond with someone for probably 6 months, 1 year, 2 years. You mean you don't want time to forget about this person? You utawachana na huyo mtu na tayari umekanyaga kubwa.
So unakanyaga kubwa you move on, ama?
You have to reminisce the good times. How are you gonna survive without this person? How is life going to be without him around? Like, you had planned a whole future with this person.
Bana. But I would really, this is the time I would really love to hear people's views. What are people saying? Like, do you need, but how long, how much time do you need?
But healing is relevant. Like it depends on a person. Kuna watu wengine watahil within a day. Like wakishaachwa kesho yake they have people like Madam Boss. Kuna wengine we need a year. Myself I took 7 years to heal.
Hey. Guys, me have never heard this. At 7 years to heal. Kwani ulikuwa na ugonjwa maututi ama tunaita aje?
Unajua vile nilikuwa nimependwa kishenzi.
This one is beyond me. How do you say that you need 7 years to heal?
What that is that? Love was on another level. Na venye niliachwa was like, where now? Where? How do I go? Where do I go? So I needed time to heal, and 7 years was the time.
7 years? 7
years was the time.
Okay, sawa. Let's have some music. And, while we are still thinking about how long it will take us to heal, kama it's 7 years, as she says, or 3 or 2 months, what is the ideal time to heal from, or to heal after a breakup? What is the ideal time? Welcome back, and you're listening to my Polska with Pascalia and Davine. Karibuni kwenye IMI Radio, and thank you so much for tuning in and listening to us. So we were discussing like akode nini, all this good stuff and all the stories around akode, but let's digress from that a little bit and get political, buana. Guys, we cannot ignore what is happening in the world right now. Like Iran.
Yeah.
Can we just talk about Iran?
One way or another, it's affecting us, or it's going to affect us in the long term. So we cannot ignore what is happening, in as much as maybe someone will tell you ignore. It could affect directly. Because nilisoma Twitter and someone was saying, Mkenya, ati sasa na hii war ya Iran inatuhusu aje, lakini munaona itatufikia.
The war might not fikia us, but indirectly inatufikia like a big time. We depend on a lot of oil that is coming from this region, right? And this is the major transport oil or the major oil region, I would say. It's like they supply 25% of global oil. So what is happening to the oil prices? The oil prices are going to skyrocket. Like, kwanza naweza sema the immediate effect of this war is the fact that the price of every single commodity is going to go up, bana. Your bodaga is going to tell you pale ulikuwa unalipa 70 sahi, my friend, toa 100.
Now, unajua, the moment fuel prices go up, everything by default goes up.
Of course, because everything is being transported from one to the next. All the manufacturers and companies that use electricity, which is literally everything.
Yeah. So we might not feel the impact by it. The missiles will come to us, or I don't know, they'll share those whatever to us, but we're going to feel the pinch when it comes to fuel prices and things skyrocketing.
Things skyrocketing, of course. Yeah, that's the kind of missile that we will feel. Plus, you kumbuka, we are already on an economic downturn. Mama mboga na pesa. Everybody doesn't. The local wanaitaka dini Wanjiko. The like Wanjiko anado, and then you expect the overburdened Wanjiko to again go further in their pockets to pay more for commodities and goods and services, buana.
As it is, we are being pinched economically. Yani sahi cost of living ime haribika ni kubaya. So imagine the effects of the war after, or even now during this time, because what is happening, Iran has closed the major oil route. That is what is it called? The Strait of Hormuz or something. So it has closed that major oil route, and meaning hakuna matanka zinapita hapo at this moment. So definitely oil is not getting to where it's supposed to go, and it's going to affect us. So imagine tuna feel pinch ya economy sahi. What will happen if now this one comes to pinch us even more? Mwananchi wa kawaida hana lake.
And then again, can you imagine how everything in the book that we learned about United Nations and international law and whatnot, they just don't exist. And I'm starting to think international law was created for poor African countries and other, third world nations to follow. Because
where is their role in such an instance?
Where are those bodies? Where is the UN?
I wanted to understand even the genesis of this war. To jaribu kuelezea mtu mwenye hajui ilianzaje, because as we woke up to US, Israel striking, ama Iran striking, all these Middle East countries and all that. What's the genesis of this war?
But let me tell you, the story between Iran and America specifically is one long intertwined hits and misses, because there's a time that they were close and there was a time, depending on who the ruler of the day was. But basically, it's a number of factors. I can say it's multi-layered in this case. That first of all, it's oil. Second of all, it's political interest. Third of all, it's dominating the Middle Eastern region. Fourth of all, it's just here, there, and everywhere. Like there are so many other factors that also lead to this because, as we say, you would say that oil is the dominant factor, but there are places like Afghanistan, hakukuwa na oil, and the Americas still went ahead. And so it's really like America just wants to. The way I look at it is that they want to police the world.
And who is appointing them as the chief police, the chief overseer of the world? Like they're the ones who want to control everything. Si Venezuela, si wakuje Iran, si waende Mexico. Like wao wanataka tu kukua kila mahali.
Na unasawa wapi Palestina na Israel?
Na kwanza sasa hii tumeenda ya Iran na Israel tukasahau kulikuwa na Palestine na Israel.
But it's really a difficult time to be alive. And while we are here in Europe, it's also like it's really in our faces. Atujui what will happen next.
And do you think it's going like this war is going to like attract World War III or something like of the sort?
To be honest, I have no response to that because everything that we thought would not happen in this world is already happening. Would you imagine in today's age, kids will be being killed and we are seeing everywhere and people will just go on with life as usual? Like, I really cannot say that there's anything like impossible at this point. Dubai and the UAEs, Dubai, Qatar were like safest countries in the world, right? And now we have bombs ringing in these places. So I cannot even say, like, the world has gotten to a place, it's so complicated. We cannot even say, this is impossible. It cannot happen. It's not happening in this day and age for sure. Everything's changed. Nobody's playing by their rules anymore.
Yeah, because I'm trying to imagine those people in UAE, they never thought like a missile is gonna land in their country.
Come on.
They never thought they'll be caught in that crossfire.
And to make matters worse, it's Ramadan, guys. Like, where even is the respect for people's religion that Ramadan is a time of self-reflection? It's literally, it's a holy month for Muslims. So this is really just spiteful.
But you see, I read somewhere, I don't know if I'm correct about this, but I read somewhere that this war is as a result of US, they had signed a pact that Iran is not going to create nuclear weapons. And along the way, they did create those nuclear weapons. So it's like provoking the US or something. And that's why they are. And I'm like, Sawa, why are you not going to provoke? Why are you not going to attack North Korea? They make their own nuclear weapons. If you want to police everyone then.
Well, I think North Korea is another case of like extreme. Nobody can even, I don't think anybody can dare interfere right now with their issues with the country because they will, like, you will just go and poke North Korea and the next thing there are nukes on landing in your doorstep, like the whole country is flattened. Like, seriously.
So you see, US are just bullies, big bullies. Like, because sisi tunaweza wakanyagilia, we will do that.
But of course, that's been the way the world really has been, the rule book that America is the self-proclaimed big brother who has to police everyone, who has to dominate everyone because
so is US above UN or these other international organizations that are supposed to, maintain the status quo of sovereign states?
Well, Nikama, I would compare that to like in a family, right? Kuna ule mtoto wenu mwenye akikuja ashike pesa. Akwe yende oji. Unafikiria ataambiwa hata na mama yake? Ataambiwa kitu. Yaani mtoto mbaya alikuwa tu ni mbaya from the
black
get
sheep ni black sheep.
Black sheep ni black sheep. Yaani ni ule tu alikuwa na ngoja tu. Wewe ngojeni tu ile siku nitashika hii kitu mutanitambua. So I think that's just how it is with America. It's like, anyway, we have money. We are the biggest, and I think it's part of the reason why they even stopped funding. They were one of the biggest funders of the UN anyway, but
so part of that is like, are they punishing us or tulikuwa tunategemea this international organization or what? Because I'm trying to understand what's at play with US and all that is happening.
The thing is, I think all the leaders that come into power have their own concepts of like how they want to run things. I would go back home and talk about something like President Ruto and Linda Mama, for example. The fact that he came in and scrapped the whole thing, something that was actually working for the people, that's everybody has their own interests and their own power and how they see things. So it's the same thing now with Trump,
but
changing a lot of different things that were happening for the country when he came into power, because in his mind, this is the way to make America great again.
But again, is Trump working like as in a silo? Like, is he making decisions as Trump, or is he making decisions as the US?
Well, sadly, he is the head of the country, but he's making decisions as Trump, because the I don't know if it's the Senate or what, they did not
approve.
They did not approve and ratify all those things that Trump is doing anyway.
So see, he can be held in contempt.
Yeah, man, I don't know what Americans are thinking. I'm not an American, and I don't know enough about legal systems and the inner workings of the American Constitution and whatnot, but
there was actually a group of people who were protesting today in America.
But we also want to think about it. And in Kenya, there are so many things that the government is still doing also without people's approval. Kwani hata housing levy, the court overruled and said it was unconstitutional. Na watu wanatoa.
Hapana, sasa wewe, yes, it was ruled unconstitutional, but not in the sense that it needs to be scraped off kabisa. Now, our courts are very how can I put it? Like, they're very clever, or they know how to nini words. So they'll say, yes, it's unconstitutional, but there's a due procedure you need to follow. And if you follow that, then it becomes constitutional, or it will be implemented in accordance with the constitution. Unaona? So the nini yenye ilikuwa ina render housing levy unconstitutional was the fact that it never went through public participation that was transparent. Wakasema nini, si mumekata, let us take it down, take it through public participation again, alafu take it to parliament, iko implemented. And that's the same thing that happened.
True, I get that, but still, all those things, including finance bill that was passed, it is things that the people did not want or people did not say yes to. But leaders always find their ways around things.
Exactly. Same thing as finance bill. Walitoa, wakairudisha in other forms, lakini niyo finance bill watu walikata.
Wanaitafutia mlango wa nyuma, guys. Like, seriously. But, it's a really, in like, away from us being super political, but there's just, there's something weird happening in the world right now, that everything is not as it seems. What is your take? Like, with everything that is happening, did you envision like tunaweza kuwa in such a situation anytime?
Me, I think the world is coming to an end. Because all these things have chosen to happen in a time where I want to be an adult and enjoy, but everything is not working how I thought it would work. So sometimes naona nika tunaishi in the revelation times.
Revelation times, bana.
Kwa sababu wanasema nations will fight against nations. Kutakuwa na manabii wa uongo, false prophets will arise. Everyone right now is a false prophet. Watakuwa kila mali kwa hii dunia.
Umetupeleka sasa kwa
neno la Mungu.
Kwa neno la Mungu. Si eti tumekataa neno la Mungu, tunaikubali. But najaribu kukuambia venye mimi naona venye hii dunia inaisha. Like, that is what was written in the Bible. Unajua wale watu, the people who are living 50, 60 years ago, bado walikuwa nasema dunia inaisha. So the world has been ending for eternity, bana. I know it will end at some point. I don't know when, but sijui kama ni sahi. Watu bado wanazaliwa, so I don't know where we are getting.
Kwani ulisikia dunia ikisha watu hawatazaliwa? Watu wanacha kuzaliwa ndio utajua dunia inaisha.
Mimi sijui, like, I'm thinking to something will happen. Parapapam, venye walisema
the trumpets, the seven trumpets.
Daniel alisema ati, but then did you listen to this thing of Prophet War? Ati, there's recently an expose about the prophet. Walikuwa wamesema dunia inaisha. But then, the dunia ilikuwa inafaa isha according to Prophet Word by 2026 January.
Manabii wa uongo. Manabii wa uongo.
Alisema ati tutasikia, we will hear TV47, but you guys made my day. Walisema tu, you will hear the sounds. Ikisema param papam papam. Oh my Lord, we're really having a field day. Able to scare one song.
California vitu mzuri tunaendelea mbele, hakuna cha huzuni hapa, furani tele. Kwa wale wamesahau mziki yangu bado ni genge, kwa wale wanatudharau tafadhali msifanye nicheke. Sitadanganya jamani, nimerudi studio leo na nasikia poa, na najua mnapenda kusikia sauti yangu, kwa hivyo ngoma poa tu ndo tazidi kutoa. Unatulia nini bana, amka tuzitoke. Unapanguza nini bana, wacha jasho imwagike kote. Hata kama kuna ukame tunajituliza na maji baridi. Clemo raundi ameniambia nokute na ngoma mbili. Moral wacha iwabambe, na mjipandishe juu ka bendera, na mwimbe ngoma ka national anthem. Kule roundini ya cheni pia mi ninone. Safari yangu ngepeleka mbio, lakini mama kwenda pole pole. Usifikiri nimechoka, niko na nguvu kazi ile ngombe nyona mtaani. Sitachoka kutafuta majani, sitachoka kuendelea na safari. Wacha mguu zangu zitembee, wasanii wote wa nguvu wa pepe. Kimaisha na kila kitu anafanya ni bidii, utafika pale unataka. Hata nikigonga so bado mziki zangu sitaacha kusambaza. Nimeamka chali yangu na sioni tena chalala. Weka mattress kando tunaenda kazi, weka stress kando mambo kwe safi. Moral watu wang'are, moral watu watambe, na mjipandishe juu ka bendera, na mwimbe ngoma ka national anthem. Watu wengi sana waruke, asali bado nawapatia, tiongeza sukari tamu isishuke. Nikipanda tafana vile roho yangu inataka, sitapotea tena tankione wengine wakitukata. Pilipili ni aje sikuja nisaidie kwa kamata, lakini sijui itakuaje tukiwa roga sana. Sijui atajisaidiaje tukiwa bonda sana.
Hello and welcome back to IMI Radio, and you're listening to My Polska with Pascalia and
Davine.
Well, like karibuni, welcome back. And you know, we've had such a wonderful show. Tumekuwa tukiongelea Akodhe bana Madam Boss,
president of single women, single ladies,
single mothers.
Single mothers.
Yeah, single mother naye pia anaangusha single mothers. Anasema ati president of single women. Hey.
Unajua niko zote.
Saidieni this girl bana, single mother, single woman. Hey. Otek. No, like we're just having a good time hapa. Tunajibamba tu right here.
Vile inafaa.
You know, like and then we were also discussing there's a lady in Thailand. Amolewa na 2 husbands.
Si moja, wawili. Nao mabwana ni best friends. Yani wanajuana, si eti ni strangers. Yani ni kitu wamekubaliana kufanya,
Oh my God, like more power to these men though.
The future is 2 husbands.
The future is 2 husbands.
The future is two husbands.
I concur. I don't know what the people listening will say. Let me say, the future is 2 husbands. I agree.
But you know the dynamics of relationships siku hizi zinanifurahisha too. You know, you'll meet someone mwenye anakuambia, I want to be with you, but I don't want to commit. What does that mean?
Hiyo si anakuambia have 2 husbands.
Ananiambia have to anikwenda waku commit na waku be with me.
That one is just endorsing two husband household. What do you guys think, man? At this point, tunafaa tukwenda some IMI Radio discussion on Twitter, because sometimes I just feel like this thing is so funny. We also want to hear what you guys are saying.
Tucheke comments kidogo.
Tucheke comments. Tusikie wale watu husbands wako pande gani. Like, what side are you leaning on, guys?
Yeah, because what do you mean you want to be with me but you don't want to be committed? Doesn't even make sense.
Yeah, you just want a helper.
Huyu hata sijui ni nini anatafuta. It's out of this world for sure. It's out of this world.
Yeah, na muache kuita watu role models. Like Akode has already said, I'm not anybody's role model. You look at your parents, let your parents be your role model. Alafu kuna hii scandal ya kina Fundi Frank, lakini Akode these days I think people have also realized, that is just my take, that people want drama, people want attention, and that's what drives traffic on socials. So it's like every day natafuta tu scandal.
It goes without saying, like that is what people thrive in nowadays.
Yeah, like alafu Wakenya pia, we love scandals. Yeah. Like tuko hapo, people are commenting, watu nasema hata Murigi mwenye asiseme hataki mtu anduthi ampigie simu.
Hey, it's jamani. Jariku mtu amefika anataka kukuuliza tu nyumba ni gani. Unajua na behave as if Kenya tuko na addresses kama huku. Yani eti nyumba iko na specific address na haina, you have to confirm.
Baadhi unaweza fika mahali uliambiwa utaona mlango ya 3. Tembea, when you get there, turn right, you will see utaona transformer. Peter your transformer, piga right.
But that is funny because she's also a business lady. I wonder how she packages her deliveries, because you don't expect everyone lives in a gated community penye maybe gates zinajulikana. Some live in flats. True. You have even to talk to the gateman. Kwanza labda flat ni Amani flat A, Amani flat B, Amani. You never know,
By then I hadn't thought of that perspective, because at least here in Europe, it's like every single household has a number. The streets have names.
Exactly.
And kila street ikona like a number. If your house is on, I don't know, Yashchurcha, for example, ama Shlimaka, Dvajisha Shedem, 27. You will get to Shlimak 27 and that will
na hutapotea na utasimama hapo
kwa. Na utasimama mbele ya Shlimak 27.
Exactly.
Na Kenya hakuna hiyo, by the way.
Hakuna. Hata parliament haina address. Yani wewe utajua tu parliament building ni ile juu ya building yenyewe.
Ukiona ile iko na nini, iko na kanini juu ya green.
Ama ukiona kule mapolisi wamezunguka hivi.
Umeona polisi wengi wamesema hapo kuna wako 5. No, for real though, I think people on social media also need to understand just don't get high up there and then imagine that you've forgotten how real life really is.
I know. Okay, I don't want to comment more, but someone like Murugi Muni, I don't even think she's experienced like low life. She's born in wealth, raised in wealth, living in wealth. So hizi vitu zenye anaona vitu za kawaida yeye kwake zinakaa, it's giving,
it's giving like this, like that.
It's giving like that. Kwani you people are suffering that much?
Kwani you people, Alisha sema nyia mjuu kutafuta pesa. If you're broke in Nairobi, you actually want to be broke. Juu pesa, money is everywhere.
Huyo mama mwenye anaitwa Murugi. Murugi Munyi.
So we've just had a field day and we're grateful for you joining us and being a part of this conversation. Davine and I just have a good time. My Polska with Pascalia and Davine is just a fun place where, we talk about everything under the sun, here, there, and everywhere. Amaniaje?
For sure. It's always a good time, just, discussing what is going on around us and everything. It's always a good time. And of course, having the listeners joining us too, inatupatia motivation ya to continue going on,
Absolutely. Na mkitaka pia mtu discuss, mtuambie, mtutumie content zenu. We will discuss you here on the show live. Usikie ukitajwa jina.
As we've discovered, Kenyans tunapenda udaku na kuchambua.
No, tunapenda udaku haina uvivu. We are here for it. All the udakus, you just do your things online. We will come here and discuss you.
Hakuna kitu inafichika.
Hakuna kitu inafichika. Anyway, thank you so much for joining IMI Radio, and thank you for always being a part of our show.
It's always great having new people join us and listening to us. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Stay safe. Watch those fuel prices. And remember, peace, love, and double husbands.
Peace, love and double. Unataka kuvunja manyumba kadhaa hapa. But anyway, we agree with that with a pinch of salt as usual. Thank you so much. That was all from us today. We've had a great time, and remember to tune in every Tuesday at 6 p.m. Central European Time, 8 p.m. East African Time.
Ciao.
Ciao.